this? This is like that 50 States game, but with Mar-vell characters.
Okay.
What's the capital of Captain America?
Shield.
I was going to say Bucky Barnes, but whatever.
Buck.
That's who I'm missing.
I'm good at this game. Okay, so how are we going to start this?
Hey, this is our podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nerdly Kingdom, our podcast where I write a week's worth of notes just to have it all thrown away because the Infinity Wars trailer came out. I'm Brad, a.k.a. Total McGillicuddy.
I'm Lori, a.k.a. Lori Yardy.
I broke William.
I'm William, a.k.a. William.
This is going to be so hard. I swear we've got like 20 minutes of you two just laughing at nothing. And
I'm sorry.
I've been a little giggle box tonight.
you were asleep before she came over. You were
I
napping.
wish I was asleep before I came over.
Then you would have had a car accident and died.
Not what? Anyways, no.
While I was driving.
First thing, I guess, let's just do as much Marvel stuff as we can. That way we never have to do it again.
Yeah,
William
Marvel.
his list back.
Later! He needs to earn that list back. First
Give
of all,
my list back, Brad.
what we need, one thing we need to talk about, I gotta look at, we didn't talk about the Deadpool trailer last time, which I think is weird.
We did not.
I don't even know what to say at this point. I've
That's
discussed
an
it.
absolute crime.
I've discussed it so much at this point. I don't remember what I have said and what I haven't said and to who. So, the Deadpool trailer is cool. Watch it! Although, I don't know if I said this to you guys.
A proper good parody of Bob Ross.
You know, the
Like, so good.
you probably have seen this, but like when they're showing the clips of the actual movie and you hear that like bomb ticking sound, if you look really close, it's a toaster oven that's making that sound.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
The
'cause
very
it
last thing
ends
is a toaster
with the
oven.
toaster
Ding!
oven, yeah. I didn't notice that, but now that you brought it up, I'm thinking about it, yeah.
I watched God
Jesus,
almighty.
William.
I watched it twice. I watched it once while I was at work on break, not on the clock. I watched it once, and then the second I got home, I was like, Mom, please watch this, because she's a massive Deadpool and Bob Ross fan.
I did watch it on the clock. In the kitchen, while cooking.
A+ worker.
I watched the Infinity War trailer on the clock because it posted right as I got to work, and I was sitting in the office watching it.
It was my off day because Marvel seems to like look upon me and smile because they always release a movie like right around my birthday, and I
You're
somehow
right,
was off
yeah.
for this trailer. Yeah.
I'll get back to that. I keep wanting to say this, but do you think the Deadpool 2 movie is going to be good? Now that Fox has seen, oh, hey, that worked. We're totally not going to mess up the second Deadpool like we have every other superhero movie.
I think it's going to be fine. So far, I haven't heard any negative things come from production. So everything seems in order.
Yeah, but I mean, what? Okay.
So I don't, but again,
X-Men, no, not X-Men.
it's going to be one of those things you don't really know about until the movie comes out.
Fox movies I haven't hated. X-Men First Class.
Deadpool was a Fox movie. Okay, thanks, bye.
But they didn't do anything. The only thing Fox had to do with that movie was cut the budget twice.
See, all the more reason that maybe the second one would be great.
Give me
Because
my
as long
pencil
as Ryan Reynolds has his hands in the Ghibli bits of that movie,
Yeah, I suppose.
I have every bit of faith.
Maybe at this point we're like, everything we touch died.
In
Maybe we should just let him have
In
it.
Ryan Reynolds, we trust.
I think it's going to be fun. I'm afraid of...
If you click on that pencil, it shows up on this podcast, I'm going to kill you.
I'm afraid
Yay
it's
for
going to
being
kind of run it.
fidgeters.
The thing is, I have a lot of trust in both Ryan Reynolds and Rhett and Paul, the writers, to not direct this Deadpool into where Daniel Way took it. So my only hope is that whatever they do with it, it doesn't go in that direction. It goes in the right direction.
I don't know. We'll see.
So that's all I have to say about it.
I know
for
nothing
now.
about Deadpool other than the movie, so...
Every time I watch that teaser, the cleaning the brush parody part, it just kills
it
me.
bugs me so
Every
much.
time.
I love it so
It's just
much.
it's funny. Anyways.
I have such a low standard of sense of humor that I giggle every time I see Betty White's name as a color on it.
The Black Panther trailer, I actually just watched it, and I remember nothing about it, so yeah, it's gonna be good.
I
I
get.
don't really remember much about the
Oh
trailer
my
either, but I'm
God.
very excited about Black Panther.
I mean,
Oh my
apparently they're
God.
confident enough to put him in most of the trailer of the movie that comes out after the movie of his that hasn't come out yet.
I'm so excited for that movie. I feel I remember so much of it.
Which I'm pretty sure majority of that movie anyways, not Black Panther. Obviously, a majority of Black Panther is going to take place in Wakanda. But Infinity War itself is probably going to take a good portion of the movie in Wakanda.
Which is why, like I said to you, it's really important that at some point Wanda is there with Black Panther. That way I can keep saying Wanda in Wakanda. Because that's just my favorite thing to say. I've been like, Wanda in Wakanda.
Hashtag Wanda Wakanda.
Don't look at my notes. Those are my notes, son.
We're cheating!
I just like to see what you wrote.
You write so well on your computer. It's a very nice text. Is that 12 font?
Laura, you're stupid. He didn't write that. He typed it.
It's 11, actually. You
must know. The second I said it, I was like, oh god, I bet it's 11.
But, I see, yeah, do we know anything about the Black Panther movie? Other than,
it's gonna be awesome.
William is the know everything about everything guy.
One of my favorite things about watching that trailer was, like, half of the actors in it, I'm just like, oh my god, it's you. Oh my god, it's you. It's like, I'm really excited because of Lupita. I love her. She was in 12 Years a Slave. She was in Star Wars. She's the most precious actress, and I'm super excited about her. And then...
Get Out guy.
Wait.
Is in there as well.
I'm trying to...
That guy's screaming.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yes.
What? Stan Lee's gonna be in it? That's crazy.
I love Stan Lee.
But, God, I'm so mad because I cannot find her name on here. But
I don't know.
Well, we'll get back
She was in American Horror Story, and oh my god, I love her too. And then I really like, before you go on, I really love Chadwick Boseman. I saw... He plays Black Panther.
Oh, I knew that.
He did an interview, and I actually looked it up online so that I could read the whole thing because I was just kind of looking and I saw it. I saw it on the front of the magazine, and it was talking about how he worked on the accent and how important it was to him about getting an accent right. And he's really they're really focused on making the culture correctly. And I'm just really excited about this movie. And then both the token white characters it's Andy Serkis and Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
Gollum, bro. Gollum.
Oh yeah, that is him.
Yeah.
He plays the arms dealer.
He plays the bad guy, yeah.
They're the Tolkien characters.
The Tolkien.
They are. No, they legit are. I think they're the only two white people in it, which is kind of exciting.
I think he said the Tolkien.
I swear to God.
I was like, did you not hear my joke?
No, I didn't hear your joke.
Speaking of people being in other stuff, it occurred to me.
Oh, Stan Lee's going to be in there, obviously.
Because I've been watching Punisher. I finished Punisher. This loser hasn't.
I still haven't started.
Ben Barnes is in it, so that means now
games.
three Stardust characters are now in superhero universes.
Which one is Ben Barnes?
He plays the young father at the beginning of the movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
this just makes me want to watch Stardust again.
But anyways, this is not Marvel related, but
then why are you talking about it?
It's superhero related.
I guess I'll give you a pass.
You probably know. Do you know who's doing the Batgirl movie?
I do, and I'm not happy, dude. No.
It's Joss Whedon.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
In the end, Black Widow is gonna have a quippy one-liner and then die in some sexy way.
I mean,
Batgirl.
Batgirl is gonna have a quippy one-liner and die in some sexy way.
I'm already pissed off at what's his name? Can't remember his name now. He worked on the animated series, but he wrote the animated adaptation of Killing Joke, and they had a 30-minute prologue that focused on Batgirl. And they included a scene where Batgirl and Batman have sex on a rooftop. And I'm kind of pissed about that. It's been a year, and I'm still pissed about that.
I mean, was that not in the...
No.
Oh.
That whole prologue was all original.
Oh, cool. Because
It's to further man pain.
Who is that guy? It's not Paul Dini, I don't think.
Well, I'm just going down the list because this was not planned in any way.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Marvel. But seriously, thanks.
Did you know? I think starting in 2019, Netflix is not going to be hosting Marvel stuff anymore because
Disney's doing their own streaming thing. And
raise your hand if you're going to pay for Disney's streaming service.
Tim, that's who it is.
Raise your hand if you're going to buy digital copies on Amazon.
Depending on how much it is, I might.
No.
I've got too much.
Not going to happen, bro.
No.
I cannot imagine them doing a TV series that I care about enough to be like, let's do a 4th streaming service. No.
It's like, I mean, honestly, I've been tempted
I've
to buy
got Netflix and Hulu
and Amazon.
I have Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon. The holy trifecta
so I don't have
of
Amazon
streaming
Prime.
services.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't have Amazon.
So
I do.
I might
Mom
end
does.
up getting it depending on price range, but at the same time, I don't know.
But they say it's going to open with Frozen. I think Frozen.
Of
2
course
and Toy Story.
it is.
And
Of
Toy
course
Story 4.
it is.
And Toy Story 4.
I'm leaving
Like,
now.
are they
I'm
releasing
so
those
done.
movies to the streaming service?
No, there's going to be like
or
there's going to be like the
or those
first
gonna be the launch.
There's going to be kind of the launch ones from what I've
Okay.
heard. But I just
That's one of the big
Wait,
reasons
so they're
why
making another
Disney.
Toy Story?
yeah.
But the third one ended so perfect.
Well, here,
I know,
okay.
that's what I'm
this-
saying too. I don't
It
want a Toy
bothers
Story
me.
4.
Start tangent now. I really like how Pixar does their sequels because I can't talk today. From what I've read,
Cars 2.
they
I was about to say,
They learned
because
from
Cars
that
2 was
mistake.
an absolute
They learned from that
masterpiece.
they don't do sequels unless the creator of the original series has an idea and isn't working on anything else, so he has time to actually work on that. That's the only way
Can
they'll do
whoever
sequels.
created
However-
Frozen do a different project?
We need
and-
Frozen 2 so I can prove that the trolls really are the bad guys.
Anyways, now I'm worried about Toy Story 4 because I think it was yesterday or the day after the writers for the Toy Story 4, which was Rashida Jones,
Okay.
and I can't remember the other one. They left the project due to philosophical differences.
Whoa.
Jesus.
What does
So,
that mean?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I mean,
I
other
wanna
than,
look this up.
differences in physicalicals.
But at the same time, I love the Toy Story universe. I love the Toy Story movies. I don't want a Toy Story 4.
Hey, Shrek made, 4 movies? They were all good.
Yeah, but, that's different.
Some people might not agree with that, but I think they're all good. I mean, they all weren't masterpieces.
I feel like
but
the Toy Story films...
Shrek and all the Shreks are movie genius.
Okay.
Okay.
The Toy Story trilogy had a thematic purpose. It fulfilled its thematic
That's true.
purpose.
That's true.
It's like
We
they
don't
didn't-
need any more.
There was such a finality with
Yeah.
Toy Story 3. I felt it came like this perfect full circle, and now
And-
somebody is just beating that horse.
Well, no,
I can't remember the horse's name.
What I think they might be doing, or at least trying, because, Toy Story 1 started off when we were young. We were the same age as Andy in that.
True.
And the movies came out keeping the same timeline. Maybe they're trying to start over with the younger audience and do the same thing again.
That's a good point, but I
Okay,
prefer
so
something original
apparently
over-
Rashida Jones left Toy Story 4. Her decision to leave was a result of Pixar's treatment of women and minorities in the workplace,
Oh, no.
not because of Pixar's founder, John Lasseter.
Okay.
Because apparently a Hollywood Reporter article stated that she left as a result of an unwanted advance from Lasseter. But she says that's not the case. So...
Cool.
Well,
Thanks for tuning into our Marvel episode, guys.
Yeah!
Midweek Marvel Madness and Toy Story.
And Toy
We
Story.
can't stay on topic. Na 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 na.
Well, I was going to say something. I don't know what, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Back to Marvel. Give William his paper.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll get to that. First of all, I wanted to talk about The Punisher because I'm the only one that's seen it at this point.
I know.
I've seen 5 episodes.
I've
Which isn't it's not good enough. That's not good enough.
I've seen no episodes.
Because it's so good. And a lot of people, I was telling him this earlier before we started recording. It's so good, but a lot of people don't like it because it doesn't have a lot of fight scenes in it, and it doesn't. It has some fight scenes in it, and most of them aren't the over the top Punisher stuff you'd expect. And I think that's a good thing because it kind of lures you into this sense of safety. And then right when you're you think you're used to everything, it throws in one of those over the top scenes, and it just blows your mind. Like, they wait long enough that they're just perfect. Because if they just did it over and over and over again, eventually you'd be like, oh, that was cool. Yeah, that was great. And the way they did it, and the whole thing the whole thing, and this because it's kind of it has a purpose. People aren't gonna like it, but the whole thing is basically a giant metaphor for PTSD. Like, it's really good about that. It makes a lot of really, really stressful things about people having PTSD, and it's so good, and I can't go into any of it because I don't want to spoil it for William.
Thanks.
Well, I mean,
I'm so far behind, and I use the internet a lot.
I'm desensitized to spoilers.
I've become so used to...
I usually don't care.
There are very few things that I'm actually would, like, punch a person if they spoiled it for me.
I remember I spent, an entire year protecting Lori from Doctor Who spoilers from Ian. I did it.
So.
That was a feat, and # worth it.
But that's all I can really get to now.
That was that one time
That's all I can say without spoiling anything, because it's really good, but
I remember
I was about to say, I don't even mind it being spoiled.
My desensitization to spoilers goes from as far as getting that giant email of movie scripts and reading all of those scripts for movies that came out over the next few years. And we went to see Men in Black 3, and I'd read the script for it, and I knew everything that was happening.
I remember that, because you're like, oh, that was in the script. Great, thanks.
I did the same thing for Deadpool.
But my favorite thing was with Deadpool, though. It's like you had read the script, and Deadpool, we weren't even sure if a movie was even going to be made when he got that script.
Yeah,
we were.
And everything. And so it's like, I never even read it, but I knew I had to go see this movie with, like, William, because me and him were literally just fanning out over this movie for years.
I was very proud because Rhett Reese, one of the writers, when the script leaked, started a thread with us, and we were talking to him for so long that there was kind of a familiarity between all of us. So when it finally happened, I messaged Rhett on Twitter. It was like, congrats, guys, and he liked it. And I was like, validation.
From one like.
Like,
all I needed from one screenwriter.
How excited he was watching that movie was almost just as entertaining as that movie. Because he kept going, oh my god, this is exactly how the script described it. And it was so great.
The funny thing is there's a funny Roomba joke in the script. That's not in the movie, but they show the Roomba in the movie. And when they showed the Roomba, I elbowed Lori and went, Roomba! They didn't do the joke.
And I never read the script, so I was just like, yes, that is what that is. They are great machines.
The same thing. I was very excited to watch Ant-Man as well.
Oh my god, and I think I went and saw Ant-Man with you too.
Ant-Man was good. Some people disagree, but there's always someone that disagrees.
Ant-Man.
How did you feel about Deadpool? Like, there's some people that thought it was... Yeah. Some people thought it was it was too meta. It broke the fourth wall too many times. Which I don't feel like it did. Like, if you played the game, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm glad they didn't go over the top with the breaking the fourth wall.
Didn't the game start with a call from the game developers telling him that they couldn't make the game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The game was very, very meta, very
but I think it
fourth
worked
wall
for
breaking.
The game.
The movie, I'm glad
they did it really subtle, but a lot.
They did it in the subtle way in the movie. I'm very happy.
My favorite line is like...
Because in the comics, it's done very subtly, unless the comic's being written by Daniel Way, at which point it's just...
one series of comics where he's killing
just
every
throw
comic
it in
book
the trash.
Oh, wow.
Jesus,
wow.
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, I'm personally not a big fan of Daniel Way's
really, you don't say?
Run of Deadpool.
I had no idea.
So, Joe Kelly or bust for me.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the guy you don't like is the one who does the multiple narrators that talk amongst themselves.
The voices in his head.
Oh.
I'm not too big a fan of that.
Because I remember whenever the movie was going to come out, William's biggest worry was that they were going to put that in. And then his other worry was that they weren't going to put it in. And a lot of people were going to be like, well, it wasn't true to Deadpool because he didn't have all these voices in his head. When in reality, not every Deadpool
I was being the Deadpool hipster.
He was being that pretentious Deadpool fan.
I was really bad about it. And
the hipsteriest hipster.
He was like, true fans are going to enjoy it without the voices.
Wow.
I didn't actually say that.
He didn't actually
But that's
say
a good representation of my attitude at the time.
100%.
I didn't say that, but I was thinking it loudly.
He was thinking it a lot.
That's a too long didn't read version of that whole.
Of William for about 7 years.
Yeah, because like I think they did it okay. Like my favorite line was that when they were taking him to see Xavier, he's like,
McAvoy or Stewart.
yeah, McAvoy.
Oh
or
my
Stewart.
God, I
when we
love
first
that.
saw the movie, I didn't catch that at first.
I know it's so subtle. So many people didn't. That's like when Josh and Dakota were leaving for the movie. I told them to pay attention here in that scene so they would hear that joke.
I also love the one of him going, "Oh, this is a pretty big mansion. It's almost like we didn't have the budget for more X-Men."
The only joke that breaks the fourth wall that I didn't like in the movie was when Weasel says to go talk to that guy in the corner, it might advance the plot. That
isn't even
rubbed
technically a fourth
me
wall
the
break.
wrong way.
That could just be the way he talks.
And
He
that
could
is a
just be
weird
a
thing
giant
because
nerd.
it's a good fourth wall joke because I wrote one very similar in roleplay.
Oh, that's what makes it okay. I did it too, so.
I did it too, so it's a fine joke. It's just coming from the wrong character.
Oh, maybe.
I thought it was weird.
Or it's like, how does it go? It's like, you think Ryan Reynolds got as far as he did on his
On his acting
on his
talent?
acting
Yeah.
talents? But yeah, maybe the second one won't be awful. I'm going to do what I always do with Fox related stuff and expect it to be a garbage fire. And so when it's not, I'm happy.
What's funny
And when
is
it is, I was like, I'm right. So I'm still happy.
the title for it on IMDb is changed to Untitled Deadpool Sequel,
I hope
and that's
that's just
also
the
what it says
title.
on Fox's website.
What if
so we're
it's
thinking that's
actually
the
what it's
actual
called?
that's the actual title. Yeah.
Because have you seen I think I told you about this. There's a theory because Deadpool's even more Deadpool-y in the movies than he is in the comics. Like I've had people talk to me about how Deadpool's good, but like him doing that weird flip and killing 3 people at the same time with a bullet, even Deadpool's not really that good. He doesn't have powers other than not dying. And so the theory is that the Deadpool is kind of Pulp Fiction-y. The Deadpool movie is actually a movie Deadpool made set in the X-Men universe. So nothing that happens in that movie is canon because it's actually just a movie that he made.
I could see him doing
That would actually fix a lot of issues. That's not really I have, but canon issues. Considering that Colossus in this movie looks nothing like the other Colossus in the other X-Men movies.
Yeah, but that
Oh,
Colossus in this movie looked like
Actually,
Colossus. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I loved
well,
Colossus.
well, the thing is though, I mean, dude, you want to talk about X-Men continuity problems? Like we could go on for years.
Okay, here's the thing: if you take the X-Men movies,
it's kind of Marvel, right?
If you
Sure.
remove X-Men Origins Wolverine and The Last Stand, you have no continuity problems. And nothing at all in the plot changes. If you watch it from X-Men, X-Men 2, Wolverine, Days of Future, First Class, Days of Future Past, and, however, if you just take those 2 movies out, everything's fine.
I physically have a work notebook that I take notes in about how to do my job. And one page of it is William writing out the the entire timeline of the X-Men universe.
Yeah, I remember that. And one more thing. One of my favorite ways Deadpool broke the fourth wall in the comics was actually one of the first fourth wall jokes in his very first solo comic. He's walking through the forest talking to himself and he hits a robot and it goes and it does the little sound effect, the pwang, and he looks up and goes pwang. That's one of my favorite jokes in the comics, the meta jokes, is when he references the action bubbles. And that's not really too relevant, but I just...
Yeah, no, it is.
And I wish we could have more jokes like that in the movie. And that's kind of one thing I'm glad they did jokes that work in a movie format.
Yeah.
Excuse
Like
me.
the only time he ever truly breaks the fourth wall is when he literally talks about breaking the fourth wall.
Everything else is just basic narration.
Yeah, it's got a word for it.
And that's the
but
best way to do it without getting too obnoxious.
he's like, "Who are you talking to?" And he looks at the camera. He's like, "I'm talking to them." Do we want to talk about Mar-vell getting Fox's stuff back since we're just talking about Fox?
Yeah. The reason that's happening, or one of the main reasons that's happening, is so Fox wants to. I believe Fox wants to just focus on
not making crap
not
movies.
making movies, but Disney also wants content for their streaming service.
Oh.
So that's why that's kind of happening. But
I am disappointed.
the upside to that is that if it happens, then we can get X-Men and Fantastic Four into the cinematic
Can we
universe.
start the Fantastic Four universe in a pre-established universe where the Fantastic Four
Like
have already
they
been killed
did-
by Doctor Doom? That way I can have Doctor Doom but not have to put up with the Fantastic Four.
I was about to say, kind of like what they did with Spider-Man, because I
think-
swear to God, if I had to watch Uncle Ben die one more time,
I think when Captain America dies in the Infinity Wars, they should just use Chris Evans as the Human Torch again.
No.
Just recycle it. Just keep it going.
no, just have like Human Torch not even there,
that's the
and
thing
just
is, I
have them
really-
like look at him and be like, "Wait."
You ever play the Lego Marvel game?
Oh my
No.
God, yes.
You get an achievement for having a team with the Human Torch and Captain America on the same team.
Oh, really? That's
Oh.
funny.
You also get an achievement if you have Hulk and Loki on the same team, and the Hulk grabs him and does the special move
Oh,
where he
that's
slams him on
fun.
the ground. But anyways, that's not really. That's
God,
a great Lego game. by the
That
way.
game is so
Um,
much fun. I run around
Not so
as
much
a
the normal-
Galactus.
Not so much the storyline.
I,
because
for
of it.
one,
Galactus
just
is
walking.
just him and his big little helmet,
Just
his
walking
laser
around,
vision.
yeah.
I destroy everything.
I love if you unlock Coulson, he's got the gun
Mhm.
from Avengers.
Destroyer gun.
Yeah, he's got the destroyer gun. Just makes me so happy.
see, I, for one, actually like the Fantastic Four.
And that Clark Gregg
And I'm very
voices.
excited of the prospect of Fantastic Four
I don't. I never,
coming into
I
the
never
Marvel
have.
Cinematic Universe.
I've always found them annoying
It just,
because they're annoying.
well, no.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Me and Brad will argue about this forever.
Yeah, you'll win me.
Oh well, I mean, I'm excited about the Fantastic because out of the two,
Does that
I would
mean
prefer Fantastic Four to come over.
So do you think that means they're not going to kill Spider-Man then, so they can keep that universe going without having to recast?
I think.
Because he's already in the universe, and they don't want to mess
Well,
that
here's
up.
what I think is gonna.
Or are they going to get a new Spider-Man?
Oh.
I think
like-
they're gonna keep Spider-Man.
But if, because it looks like, at least in the trailer, it looks like he gets at least seriously messed up. So
I
you
mean,
think- you
what I
he's gonna
think
die,
is that
or
he
will
will
get
die, and then some time fuckery is gonna happen, and
Because
bring
of
him
Doctor
back.
So
Strange.
But and that's the thing is that I think that with that there's going to be a majority of the cast that dies and stays dead, and the
Mhm.
majority of the cast that's going to die but come back.
So let
Due
me
to-
ask you. There have been some leaked pictures, and I say leaked in quotations because I don't really know how leaked they are. But there have been images of Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Tom Hiddleston, and Chris Hemsworth all in their costumes from the first Avengers movie
Yeah.
from the very end. So are you thinking flashback? Or are you thinking back in time?
Or is this going to be
I'm
like some
thinking-
Sherlock level stuff where they film fake scenes just to throw
The
everyone
thing
off?
is, when that came
That'd be a
out,
lot.
do you remember the frames
They
from
legit
Civil War
made a mask this time though,
that
because last time it was
Tony
CGI
was
on
using
his
to
face.
recreate his memory of his parents, the last moment he
Yeah.
spent with his parents.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna
Along
be
with
using
those
that?
pictures, another picture from set came up with a suitcase that had the BARF label on it. Because
The what now?
The
Would you say that again, sir?
the abbreviation was
Oh,
BARF,
yeah, that's right. It's barf. Right.
But
right.
however, people think that that's a misdirection because what they think is going to happen is that Avengers 4 is going to take place over time.
Like all things do.
Well,
Time is a thing that
time
exists.
travel from the past to the future. They're reshooting scenes and redoing scenes from past movies
So it's
because
like-
the current theory is
Are
that
they going to screw up the continuity? Not screw up the continuity, but like all the movies you watch no longer relevant because Thanos just went back and just messed with everything.
well, we don't. That's the thing is we
Back
don't know
in
if it's the
time.
theory is we're not sure if it's Thanos doing it or if it's Doctor
Doctor
Strange doing it because the theory that I have is that they realize there's no possible way they can defeat Thanos, but using the knowledge they have, they can go back in time and prepare for him. And so I think Avengers 4 is going to take place
So
again throughout the entire
It's like
cinematic
Back
universe.
to the Future, Avengers
wait,
style.
so wait, what are we on now? Avengers 3?
And so all
Yeah.
those set photos are from
Wait, so we're gonna watch Avengers 3 and then Avengers 4 is like, oh, do over.
As long as I
More or
don't have
less.
to, as long as I don't have
I
to
feel
live
about
through
that.
Avengers 2 again.
It just
we're good.
depends.
He liked it.
I hate
On
Age
what?
of Ultron. Don't even get me started.
Age of Ultron?
Don't even get me
I
started.
like Age
on
of
it.
Ultron.
Age-
To an
I
extent.
like parts of it. I like bits of it. Like if you pull it apart, I'm like, yeah, I like this. I like
The thing
this. But
is,
as
the
a
stuff
whole,
I
I'm
don't
like
like about
eh.
Age of Ultron, you could easily edit out of the movie and it changes nothing.
That's true.
So
I think the cartoon on Netflix handles Ultron way better, because in that, Ultron is the robot that can copy people's abilities, and so no one can beat him because he can throw back whatever they have right back at them.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way they beat Ultron in the cartoon is he's never fought Spider-Man before, and Spider-Man just kind of Tony Stark tells Spider-Man to show up without telling him anything. It's like, so what am I doing? And Hulk just throws Spider-Man at Ultron, and neither of them are expecting it, and he beats Ultron.
That is the greatest thing in the world.
Animated series because he uses the gauntlet to rewind time and use his knowledge to fight back from the Avengers because he can remember their. I think what's going to be cool is that Doctor Strange is going to pull his I've come to bargain trick on Thanos. Thanos ain't going to go for it. He's going to shut that shit down quick.
I mean, if he's got the power and space, yeah, he might be able to do it. Could he step out of? I don't know. There's so much. But before we get into more of that, into your list of dead people, I want to talk about the Runaways
it's not
first.
all dead people.
Some dead people.
Do you know what the Runaways is about?
No, but I physically got a message
Runaways.
while at work going, Lori, you have to see Runaways.
Okay.
And I was like, I've already been told this. I know, I need to watch it.
Is it in the MCU?
If it is, it hasn't shown.
I was going to say that.
Part of me feels like it is, but I can't remember.
It almost feels weird because it's on Hulu.
Yeah, but if all of that's moving,
They've got a show coming up on Freeform as well. Mar-vell has a show on Freeform as well. Well, it's not out yet.
Mar-vell's just like
Cloak and Dagger
everywhere.
The Runaways. Okay, you have these kids, and all their parents are in this weird charity thing, and they all used to hang out at the rich kid's house and play all their parents of the charity stuff. And then apparently one of the kids died, and they all stopped hanging out. Their parents are still doing the charity thing, and one day one guy is trying to get everyone back together, just to sort of honor the dead girl. And their parents are doing the weird charity thing, and they accidentally find the secret door, and they walk down, and they see their parents sacrifice this woman, and then they realize all their parents are supervillains.
Oh my
and
god!
That's it. That's like episode 3 and 4. It's odd. There's a dinosaur in it. That actually makes sense in the story.
I mean, you happen to know if there's a dinosaur in the show. I have to watch it. Like, that's the only TV shows I watch. If there's not a dinosaur, it does not have my attention.
It's a bit teen drama-y, the show, not the dinosaur. But
Mom, it's not a thing.
That's it. The Inhumans is the only other thing I need to talk about, because that's as far as because it's only on episode 4, I think. Not Inhumans, the Runaways. Because
because Hulu releases theirs once
weekly.
a week, like a
regular TV show. It was funny because there's only 3 episodes, and I finished the 3rd episode, and the 4th episode started playing. I was like, "Is it glitching? What's happening?" I realized I had stayed up past midnight watching that, and the new episode had come out. I was like, "I need to go to bed. I have work tomorrow."
I did that with Handmaid's Tale, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I was like,
The Inhumans was supposed to be a movie, apparently only because that guy whose name I can't remember, because I can't remember anyone's name. Sure, why not? He was really pushing that, and then they I don't think it's Kevin Feige. I would have recognized that name. Someone wanted to do it, and they ended up not doing the movie, and so they're going to make the TV show. And apparently the TV show is so bad, I think season 1 is out, and I completely missed it. Like, I had no knowledge that this was going.
That was the show that did really, really bad.
Well, let's see. X-Men did bad, and the redoing X-Men's doing bad is crazy.
Show.
The Inhumans was really forced. It fuddled up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. so hardcore.
That's the thing. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should just call themselves Secret Warriors. They just rebrand now. Is it even about S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I think they're past that stage now that Ghost Rider's in there.
I vote Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I haven't watched
should go back
since
in
season
time.
2, so I don't know what's going on in the show at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched... Have I watched season 2? I don't even remember now.
All right.
We get our list back!
Yay, my list!
Okay. The list of people that are going to die. Do we want to talk about the trailer any first?
Yeah, let's...
Do we want to sit here and watch the trailer again?
What I was going to say is, why don't we pause this, watch the trailer, come back, and
we
then
could,
talk.
but I'm not pausing this. I might cut it out, but...
Well, I mean, that's what I mean whenever I say pause.
Let's do it!
For all they know, we're pausing. Yee! I'm going to take notes like a student.
Screw
He
that.
can't! I love him to death, but it's like doctor, and I'm just like, honey.
Ooh, anyways, apparently
not how you spell Infinity Wars.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is supposedly...
Oh, right. Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp isn't in Infinity War, but they will be in the 4th one, as far as I'm aware. because apparently Ant-Man and the Wasp movie takes place concurrently with Infinity War.
Oh, wow.
And from what I understand, Ant-Man and the Wasp spend a majority of that movie in the microverse, which is why they're not present.
Oh.
So
That's probably not healthy.
they couldn't do shit anyways. I mean,
They could go all...
Ant-Man
They
might
could,
have been
like,
able to-
go all tiny and just, like, go inside... Just go all tiny and go inside of one of the Infinity Gems
Okay,
like
here's
Adam
the thing.
Warlock did.
Ta-da,
Dave
problem
Bautista has
solved.
been playing Drax for 2 movies. Not once has he Bautista bombed anyone in either of those movies.
And this is a travesty.
You're looking at me like... I'm
If The
supposed to-
Rock can rock bottom people in his
You're like-
movies,
You're just looking
If
at me...
he can
Bautista can
smell
Bautista.
what people are
He just
cooking.
gave me that look like he was expecting some sort of angry response. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
You should have looked at me for
I made a
this.
list on Reddit about
All the times he should have done that.
about
This is a
who
list of all the times
could
Batista
play-
could have Batista
who I would
bombed
like
someone.
to play the rest of the Elders of the Universe.
You think they're gonna... Well, they might.
I hope they do. I'd like to see all of them
Let's
in the
watch
movie.
the trailer.
Let's everybody be quiet.
Okay, my theory,
Be
Lord.
quiet. No, okay.
That's Xandar.
Xandar.
You can tell because there's 2 suns
Yeah, Xandar and the planet Guardian of the Galaxy. Okay.
where the Power
Yeah.
Stone is.
You just said it so
and
questioning.
look, those are Nova ships.
the little...
Tony's
oh
on
my
Xandar.
god, I did not notice that.
Or just really weird debris that's not moving in the air for some reason.
This is like
this
this
is
is
crashed.
This is
It's
gonna be like
crashed
walk
Nova
glory
ships.
through the trailer because when I was watching this the first time, I was almost crying.
Actually,
just because I was
it's
so
more walk
excited.
you through the trailer because we already did this while we were waiting for you to come here.
Yeah,
I'm
we-
sorry that I have responsibilities.
There's
And-
Bruce Banner taking
Aw.
over for Silver
Oh
Surfer.
And there's the
I'm
Holy
so
Fell through.
happy he's back in this movie.
Again, he only recorded for like 30 days, didn't he? He was only filming
Not
for...
Benedict.
No,
Mark
Mark Ruffalo.
Ruffalo.
He wasn't in it very long, so he's probably going to be
Oh.
Hulk in a lot of it.
Oh, see, now, I wasn't
Which
even
I
thinking
don't
about that.
know.
I was talking about the
Maybe.
guy with Doctor
Or-
Strange, and I feel so bad.
Or,
'cause I
no,
can't
even if he
remember
was
his
the
name.
Hulk, though, they would still have to motion capture him, right?
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think he's going to be in the Hulkbuster because he's afraid or can't go Hulk for some reason.
Yeah, I think that's too. Or
Because
the
he'll still
thing
be the
is,
Hulk without being the Hulk.
that too, and I think that
That was completely...
Okay, here I'll show you what I'm talking. I'll show you what my theory is once we get.
The
to
first
it.
time I said that was a completely baseless claim, and I was just joking. But I think I'm actually right.
Here's what I think. In the shot where Tony, Bruce, Strange, and Wong are on the staircase,
Mhm.
you can see Tony holding the cell phone Cap gave him. I'm thinking Cap.
It's Wong.
Tony calls
I love
Cap,
him.
or Cap calls Tony, lets them know what's going on, and Tony sends Bruce to Wakanda in the Hulkbuster suit,
Oh, okay, yeah. That would make sense.
and that he uses that because he's afraid of turning into the
Now-
Hulk.
Is this him incognito, Vision incognito right here? Or is this what happens when he got the stone removed and there's just a little bit thing left?
Oh, I kind of hope for the latter because I really did start bawling when
I
that
can't
scene
take him
of
seriously like this, though, because I see that face and all I can think of is everyone not sitting on a cushion!
Vision.
From A Knight's Tale?
Paul
I've
Bettany.
never seen A
You
Knight's
haven't seen A
Tale.
Knight's Tale?
I can't believe
No,
I just admitted that
podcast
on the
over.
internet.
We're gonna watch The Knight's Tale. Oh my gosh!
I know.
Anyways, that's
Hey,
just
look,
Thor.
there's-
That's just Thor on the ship.
Thor on the ship. Bruce.
See, because the big Hulkbuster thing right there, right next to him.
Yeah,
I think
that's
I'm
him
right.
in Wakanda. So he's probably giving it some upgrades.
And there's Black Widow with her beautiful blonde hair.
Now we've got. I mean, this is cool and all, but now we've got to sit through the Mar-vell logo and the trailers
Okay,
too.
look, I would physically watch 4 hours of that gorgeous logo, okay?
Hashtag you are the problem.
Hashtag I am the problem.
Dude,
and
right
I'm
there, you
proud.
can see the cell phone in his hand.
Oh yeah! Look at that. I was looking at the giant gaping hole in the staircase, and
Also, what is that jacket he's wearing? It
I
looks
was
like it might be like
I
an
was just
Iron
thinking
Man
that.
suit comes
And
out
it's
of it.
super
Maybe.
snazzy.
nothing will ever beat the briefcase, though, in my opinion. In Iron Man 2, where he
Oh
just
yeah,
cool.
the
that whole. I don't know. I like that movie. A lot of people didn't though.
yeah, I didn't hate it. Oh,
In
Spidey
every
senses.
movie, it turns into more of a Rube Goldberg type of Iron Man
Yeah.
suiting up. The helicopter one was.
Part
Oh,
of
yeah,
me just pictures like Robert Downey Jr. going, dude, you know what would be so cool? What would be so cool is if Tony Stark did this and you have to listen to me because I'm Iron Man.
Because I am Tony Stark. So the question is that giant ring thing, is that a portal?
Or a spaceship.
Or is it
Well,
a
as
spaceship?
Beyonce says, if you like it, you put a ring on
Well,
it.
'cause
It
that's
looks
just
like
so-
a portal. It
It
looks like
looks-
it's probably a portal.
Yeah, it doesn't look big enough to be a spaceship because we see
All right, those are the dead Asgardians.
Oh my god, this scene hurts me.
But is he doing it because he wanted to or because he has to?
See, there's a big theory over that.
Yeah, and I'm not even about to make a guess.
That's when Loki dies. 'Cause
I
that's the
don't
only
know
time
what
you
that
see him in the
Oh,
trailer.
see, I gotta get my Loki costume done to be able to wear it.
Was that the same kind of portal from when Loki stepped through?
The Space Stone?
Yeah.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
Spider-Man's
Iron Spider's beautiful.
I love his new costume. I've heard so much hate on this costume, but oh my god.
It's just the logical...
I love his new
It's
costume.
just always where it was going to go if Tony Stark is making your suits. Like, he had nowhere else to go. And also, look, like, this thing doesn't look too wide compared to the Spider-Man, so I don't think it's a spaceship. It's only like 4 or 5 Spider-Man's width.
Are we measuring in Spider-Man?
And he's
now?
not very big to begin with.
It's got to be a portal then.
Just, that suit is...
I don't know what that is.
That's either a portal or a space forge.
The thing, what is the space forge?
What I'm thinking is, okay, so they talk about Mjolnir being forged by a dying star.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are theorizing that is.
Is he making a new hammer?
Is him making the big sword, Jorbjorn or whatever it's called.
Jorbjorn.
I have no idea.
Because there's concept art of him with Rocket, and Thor has this giant sword spear thing.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
So that's the theory is he's forging that from another star.
Cool.
That's Proxima Midnight, one of the Black Order.
Thank you,
Child of
because I was
Thanos.
just about to ask who that
Yeah.
was, because they looked cool.
Yeah, I learned about that like 5
That
minutes
is
before we
Proxima
started recording.
Midnight. The Black Order, Children of Thanos, Proxima Midnight, Cole Obsidian, Corvus Glaive,
See?
and
Captain
Maul.
Beard America there.
Bearded cat.
Daddy.
They
That's,
did not have to
Bay Daddy.
CGI his beard off. However, please, if you have not seen the image where someone badly like photoshopped Henry Cavill's like bottom half of his face onto that clip of Captain America in the beard, I died. It was so funny to me.
Not seen that.
There's Bruce.
Yeah, I think so.
That looks like Black Widow stabbing one of the Black Order.
What is that?
That is a spaceship.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's the spaceship that has all those
That is a
aliens
man
on it.
punching a person's face.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I can't remember what those
Like
aliens are
warship
called,
kinda
but yeah.
Dropship thing. Those aliens there.
There's
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
dying.
getting
Spider-Man's not
Tony-
devastated.
Tony Stark
Oh,
being
that scene hurts
That is
me
Corvus
every
Glaive
time.
extracting the Mind Stone out of Vision's forehead.
Oh my god.
This is the punch that ends all punches.
Oh my god, the punch heard around the universe.
That's
Oh
Black
my
Panther,
god.
man.
I love Black Panther. He's so cool.
And as someone pointed out, like, get that man a shield.
That
No shield.
Captain America don't need your shield.
He's got
anymore.
shield
He's got-
gauntlets though.
Ooh, he does.
If you slam them together, they make a shield.
That scene is so hardcore.
However, he can't really throw them, can he?
I mean, he could. He just go with it.
He just throw his whole body at people. I am the shield.
Hulk, throw me! There's Odin.
That scene, when I first saw that, I physically screamed because one, I cannot contain my emotions on trailers at all.
Can we talk about the
But-
fact that this is... Oh, go ahead.
No,
sorry.
no, you're good. Because I was just like, I knew Guardians of the Galaxy was going to be in it. Because duh.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
But just
Tell me this.
Thor, like, it was Thor. And I don't know. I was like, oh my god. And then Teen Groot.
Can we talk about the fact that... See, it's so weird because it seems like an attack. But then I remember that it's owned by the same people. Now, this comes out on May the 4th.
Well,
If it wasn't both made by Disney, I would think it'd be a straight up just like, ha!
It's been 2 days and it's still #1 on trending.
I am going...
Look at it. It has more likes than it does views. No?
No.
2 million views and 50 million?
Basically 51 million views, yeah.
That's a lot of views.
But see, I told you, it's almost like clockwork. Mar-vell will release a movie either on my birthday or very close.
Oh, yeah.
Because they'll either release it at the end of April
Thor
or
Ragnarok
right
came
there
out
in
in
May.
November.
Yeah, but they also released one in November.
That was a nice fact. Thank you, sir.
They released one around my birthday.
We're talking about?
They released one around my birthday,
Which
and then they
one came
released
out
one in
this
November.
year? Spider-Man, Thor, and Guardians. That was the
Mhm.
other one. They've moved
'Cause-
on to 3 a year.
Yeah, it's...
Pretty soon they'll have one come out every month.
I'd be okay with that. 'Cause when did Guardians come out?
So, Who's not going to die in that movie?
I can tell you I'm gonna die in that movie.
I'll tell you my theories on who dies.
See?
And
Came
stays
out in
dead.
April. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
and stays dead.
These are the ones who die
It's
and
not
will
going to be
stay
Spider-Man, because if they really are getting that back from Fox, they're
Iron
gonna
Man.
Sony.
Oh shoot!
They
They're
got-
not getting. That's
They got
right.
Spider-Man from Sony.
I get confused because the Spider-Man movies are so bad. They had to be Fox, right?
Iron Man will die and
Dark
stay
Tobey
dead.
Maguire.
Iron Man will die and he will stay dead.
I agree.
Hulk will die and he will stay dead.
Maybe.
Black Widow and Hawkeye will die and stay dead.
Hashtag rude.
Who else? Loki, Heimdall,
You think
You have an
Loki's
next
gonna?
year?
Nebula.
You think Loki's gonna sacrifice himself at the end to
The
do
Collector.
the whole redemption?
I'm pretty sure
redemption
Loki's
thing.
going to be the first to die in the whole
Well,
movie.
see, I was worried that in Ragnarok that was going to be Loki's death redemption. And
See.
then I was like, please, no, because I haven't finished my costume yet. So,
It's just, like,
so now I am in, like, plan Lori has to have her Loki costume done by May.
But again, I feel like Iron Man's going to die because I know that Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. doesn't seem to be wanting to doing these anymore. However, they also ended Spider-Man Homecoming with Tony proposing to Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big thing
I don't remember that at all.
with
Was she in that movie?
yeah.
That's unfortunate. I thought she left. I don't remember
She's
the
come
end.
back.
But
No! I don't want her. She needs to go off and keep her NASA-made space stickers to herself and stay out of my comic book movies that she constantly insults anytime anyone asks her about it.
But
I'm gonna draw some NASA-made space.
but if
stickers
Tony
right
doesn't
now.
die and just retires,
They gotta make sure that they balance your core and your chi.
all right, we can stop
I
talking about
literally
Gwyneth
just-
Paltrow.
Literally just took to my
Hulk
words.
will die and stay dead, definitely, because Marvel seems to not have a future with Hulk, nor can they really do anything.
They're not
with
allowed
Hulk
to do a Hulk only movie if I'm not
because
mistaken.
Universal
Yeah.
and some shit that's going on. But anyways,
Because wasn't at some point they were gonna have a Hulk? I remember on the timeline there was a solo Hulk movie that they were gonna make. It was like not the Incredible Hulk. It was the Unstoppable Hulk is what they said it was gonna be.
super
I think that was
depressed
a
that
rumor.
Ruffalo isn't
Maybe.
in his own movie.
But
because there's a lot of when I was still on Facebook, I saw a bunch of fan made stuff always get shared by people, and then be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this."
well,
And then I had to not say anything because I wanted to go in there and be like, "This is fake." But then again, I always thought that would come off as kind of a dick if I did that.
I think the best one I've seen is the timeline, and everyone is just Howard the Duck. Let's talk about that for just a second.
Okay.
There's a scene in the Phineas and Ferb Marvel crossover
A
where
Marvel crossover with Phineas and Ferb?
yeah, it's actually pretty
I
good.
didn't know that.
At
So
one point,
mixed
Perry the
business.
Platypus like dresses up with just random stuff he finds and saves everyone. And Thor's like, "Thank you, Beaver Duck Man thing." It's like, who was that? And Iron Man's just like, I don't know. But anyways, we have to focus on this. And while Iron Man's just talking, Spider-Man goes, "You think it was Howard the Duck?"
Oh my
And
God.
Iron Man just keeps on talking. He's like, "We have to do this and this and that." No, it wasn't Howard the Duck. And I love it.
Actually funny.
It was pretty good because at one point their powers get switched, and Spider-Man jumps and goes, "Spider-Man, smash!" And Hulk's just like, "Is he making fun of me?" And Thor's like, "A little bit, yeah."
But
It's really good, actually.
But Hulk, because they've already said that between Thor Ragnarok and the two Infinity War movies, Hulk will have a complete arc throughout those movies. So I feel like by the end of it, Hulk will be dead.
Will he be dead, or will he just not be Hulk anymore? Maybe he really does get punched so hard he just can't Hulk anymore.
I don't know. I
punched the
feel like
Hulk
they're gonna have
out
to
of
kill
Bruce.
some people. Otherwise,
I think though.
I kind of want them to kill.
I think
I'm Mark Gatiss.
Man.
I've killed. I will kill again.
I think with Bruce Banner, he's already been through the "I want to kill myself" phase.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the worst thing that could happen is he's finally starting, after Thor Ragnarok, finally to accept his Hulk side, and then can't do it anymore to save anyone. I think that's what should happen. That is
Because
way
he
worse.
finds tranquility.
That is way worse than dying.
That's a good point. I don't know. Like, part of me is just like, yes, I want people to die. just because.
See, but death isn't
See,
the only
I'm just
tragic.
like-
You could also have people suffer.
I don't want to see any of them hurt.
So many will suffer.
Like,
Loki definitely, for sure, 100% is just not surviving this at all.
why do
No.
you have to say such mean things to me?
Loki-
Because Loki's done.
Yeah.
There's no way he's
There was a point in
surviving
time where
this.
Loki was done after he said that Loki was done after the first Avengers movie because he
Oh,
did.
really?
Yeah, because he's like, I don't want to be the focus of the Avengers because that's the job of the Avengers. And then all the fans were
But I mean,
all
Loki's
the fangirls in the
definitely
back.
good on-
No.
Hi, I was one of those
I like Loki.
fangirls going, no.
everyone on that
Legend
Asgard
just
ship's
scribble.
dead. So
Yeah.
we can say bye to him, Heimdall,
Why are
Yeah,
you
but-
scribbling them
Valkyrie,
out?
I could be wrong.
Korg, and Meek.
He's gonna
Oh
pencil,
my
he can
God.
erase-
All the Asgardians.
He'll
are dead.
Korg-
erase the text
Korg
under
has
it.
to be
That's
dead though
awesome.
because Korg was actually played by
Taika Waititi.
Sure, yeah, that's how you say his name.
That is a
Um,
great guy.
It was so funny because I honestly
It's
had
so great.
I knew nothing about Thor 3. I didn't keep up with it at all. Had no idea he was directing that movie. But the
Right.
moment he came out and started talking, I was like, yeah, that's him. Like I immediately recognized him only from
I
having
still
watched
remember
What
the
We Do in
day he
Shadows.
was announced as the director,
It's a weird. I mean that.
and I was like, "What?"
I know, right?
It blew my mind because I was like, "What?"
If I had known that beforehand, I would have been like, "This is gonna be the weirdest thing ever," and I was right, and it was great.
It was
great.
so good. I'm
Okay,
really thinking about
um,
going back to see it again.
Team Cap, Captain America, Falcon, and Bucky. I don't think they're gonna die, and to an extent,
I
to
think
that
Captain America's gonna die because that would be the worst thing that could happen for Bucky.
Well, I'm just saying, did Chris
Yeah.
Evans ever renew his contract? Because I know for a while his contract was up. And
He said
wasn't
the
gonna
last
renew
I
it.
heard, Chris said that Marvel has him as long as they want.
Yeah.
Oh, how romantic!
So
They're gonna do that weird thing where Captain
I just-
America starts
I
aging really
don't
fast and the
know.
Falcon takes over. I think that happened. In the
I
comics.
feel like Falcon has
Bucky
not been
becomes
utilized
Cap
enough,
He really- yeah,
before
we
or
only-
Bucky for that
Falcon.
matter.
Well, let's talk about Hawkeye if we're gonna talk about people not being utilized enough.
Jeremy Renner is a
Hawkeye's
traitor.
opening scene was, "You want me to shoot him?" No, and he was just gone for the rest of the movie.
Literally, his name wasn't even used.
That was a
People just saw an
cameo.
arrow and they're like, "Oh, there's Hawkeye," and then he was gone, and,
And
you're
that's
like,
the
"Oh,
thing,
well, there he went."
Like, I don't know. Part of me feels like they're all gonna die to an extent. But
Except for
come
Doctor
back.
Strange.
But the thing is, I
Benedict's
just between
standing there.
the direction they're going, I feel like they're gonna want to abandon a lot of the previous phase, but also at the same time still have someone to carry over for familiarity.
Is this how they're gonna retcon some stuff they don't want? You think?
I don't know about retconning, but
Well, not necessarily retcon, but like.
But it's like
Reboot-ish.
as of now, I feel like because you have the big three, which is Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor.
Yeah.
And I feel like going into the next few phases, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Captain Mar-vell will be taking those mantles, and to an extent, Black Panther.
Oh yeah, where does Mar-vell
I forgot.
come into play in all this?
Captain
Okay,
America.
because I was super excited because the first comics that I've really started reading, because I've told myself I want to read comics, and so I chose Captain Marvel because one, she's awesome. Two, made the costume, might as well read it, and three, the movie's coming out. I don't know who this Mar-vell person is because he's not in the comics that I'm reading.
No, that's he's
All I know is it's Jude Law.
yeah, that's
he was a Captain Marvel, as far as I'm aware.
I know nothing.
And it's like I tried to
Not
Google
just about
it.
this, just in general. I know nothing.
I googled it a little bit, and it's like, if I remember correctly, and I'm gonna look it back up. He apparently taught Captain Marvel
Yeah.
like everything she knows. Or a
He'll
good
be
bit.
her mentor in the movie.
Wasn't he an alien in?
Yeah.
comics?
To
You
some-
think-
some-
you
I
think
think
he's
I
gonna
think
be-
he's a Kree.
You think he's gonna be an alien under this? He's just gonna be a really knowledgeable dude.
I'm
It's
not
hard,
sure.
it's hard to tell.
Okay, Ant-Man
And while you're
Wasp.
working on that list, do you think what are they gonna do if they're gonna, like you said, they had like what 20 movies ideas ready to go after?
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna like try to reboot anything in some plot way, or instead of it being like the comic books where it makes no sense?
I
Where-
feel like
where instead of it having be like where Bruce Wayne has been Batman for 85 years, they're actually going to have new people take over in the movies.
What I think's gonna happen is a lot of Phase 1 characters will go away, except to an extent. I think a few of them will stay. And that's why I feel like Captain America and Falcon and Bucky will stay around for a little while, because I feel like they're gonna keep an Avengers team, maybe. However, I feel like since Captain Marvel is introducing the Skrulls, I feel like if they do an overlapping story arc in the next few phases, it will be Secret Wars to an extent. And the whole thing about, hey, this character was a Skrull the whole time. But not like main characters, not like the main superhero characters. Like, oh, Iron Man was a Skrull the whole time, because I know Kevin Feige already said they're not doing anything like that. But they could easily do like a whole thing about like in Winter Soldier, where they were like, oh, Hydra's been infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. for so long. They can do something similar. All Skrulls have been infiltrating this whole thing, which is they've said they want to focus more cosmic in Phase 4. So I feel like that will come back into play with the Skrulls and the Kree. Maybe there'll be another Skrull Kree war. That's just my theory. And also why I think Captain America will stay around for a little while, because I'm assuming they're going to keep an Avengers team throughout the next phase, which will consist of Captain America, Falcon, and Spider-Man.
You think they'll keep Wanda?
Yes.
Black Panther.
I don't know about Panther.
He's got to watch Wakanda.
Scarlet
This is
Witch.
true, but
He is
Ant-Man
king
and
after
Wasp.
all.
well, I mean, I wonder, maybe he'll be kind of like Thor,
That's
where
true.
it's like, I have this responsibility to.
Except Thor completely gets rid of that responsibility.
Vision.
That's kind of what the...
I mean,
That's how the second movie ends.
Hoping that
maybe
Vision
he'll be
survives.
like Thor with responsibility.
Because I don't want Vision to only be around for 2 movies and then be gone.
Oh my
And
god,
he really
I
didn't
love
do a
Vision.
whole lot.
That's what I'm saying. I love Vision. I don't want him to just be gone.
We'll see. Wait.
So
Okay.
like we can get this new Avengers
Has
lineup.
he- okay.
So
And
Captain
then-
America, Falcon, Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man, Wasp, Vision.
Let's-
Captain
wait,
Marvel will
wait.
probably join
I
that
just
once
thought about
movie
that.
Comes out.
More or less, depending on what they want to do with her character, considering
She
whether
better.
or not her
I'm
character
just
stays
saying.
cosmic or not.
I would love for Vision to die in this, just because. Like, look at what Vision's done. Okay, it'll be this movie. He was in Civil War, and Age of Ultron. So if you look at those 3 movies, he was born, he tried to kill his own friends, and he died. That's a great story. I love it. Like that's the perfect arc.
Oh, classic AI
Which is also
going
great
rogue.
because Paul Bettany's been here since the very beginning.
It's
so-
true. That's true. I did not realize it was him until he became real. I was like, oh, he has a face. I know that face.
So yeah, I feel like to some extent, at least Captain America and Falcon will stay around for a while, and maybe Black Widow.
Maybe.
Black Widow. Will
She's
stay.
been around forever,
enough
though.
to get her own movie.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah, if she's one of the only ones left, they kind of have to.
I mean, I feel like at the same time, if they don't go for something that's overarching like that, she very well could have her own solo
And
movie
so everyone
after
else is just
Infinity
gonna
War.
die, except for Doctor Strange. Probably he'll have his own.
That's the
thing.
thing is like I've been thinking about female superheroes lately, and I'm trying to remember all the ones Marvel has to see who they can introduce in the next phase. Because so far we have Widow. This is excluding Guardians. So we have Widow, Captain Marvel, Wasp.
And Wanda. Oh my god,
Keep
stop
breaking
putting
my
the lead out
pencil.
that far. Did you learn nothing in school?
Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch, and Wasp.
Welcome to the podcast. We just watched William make a list for 4 hours.
I know, right?
I just like writing stuff down.
That's good. That's good. You should have done that before we started.
Okay.
We were, and then you took our paper.
I'm just babbling to myself at this point.
I know, right? I'm enjoying it. So basically,
It's 4 women. We need more girls.
We need all the lady power.
everyone's gonna die except for those people you name. That's great. Who do you think they're going to add after this? Like
What characters?
You
'Cause
know, there's
Marvel
just random
announced-
numbers together.
Because Marvel.
Yes, what characters?
Because
They'll
Marvel
add all the
announced
money
that
together.
They have
Yes.
20
Okay, new
more
characters.
movies, or at least 20 more
Yeah,
projects
something like
lined up.
New characters, probably Nova.
Fun fact: I was reading the. You saw that? Yeah, the Infinity
You
War
were
thing.
reading Infinity Gauntlet. You went,
Yeah.
who's that?
It's like this Nova. Well, Thanos just turns him into confetti. Like he comes at him and just.
Nova.
He's like,
Adam
"It's
Warlock's
okay."
coming in Guardians 3. I think. They
Now
teased
who?
him at the end of 2, Adam
Okay.
Warlock. They teased him at the end of
Yo, that's
Volume
right,
2.
they did.
Yeah. So, I mean, to an extent, he'll be there. I want to see the Fantastic Four.
Oh Lord,
Dead. He
go
wants
again.
to see them dead.
So if we get
You think-
Fantastic Four,
You think Doctor Doom?
then to an extent we'll get Doctor Doom, we'll get Silver Surfer.
You think instead of starting with
Do you
Doctor...
think that'll bring in Galactus,
And Galactus,
not as
absolutely.
a whatever he was in the old movie, and as like
the real
legit,
Galactus.
Cosmic participation? Not participation.
But as like
precipitation. Cosmic precipitation.
there's a light drizzle of cosmic
Yeah.
precipitation. It's
He's
kind of
a,
gross.
He's a space cloud.
But I would
Um,
love to see what they would do with legit Galactus.
I want to wait on Galactus because I think the first thing they should do, in my opinion, is not have Doctor Doom be the main bad guy of the Fantastic Four, and actually have him be a big enough threat that he is what the multiple movies are actually worried about.
What they
on like a
need to
global
do,
scale.
what they need
That'd
to
be a
do
good
is
idea.
Because
Lego
I don't
Marvel
understand-
it and have Doctor Doom send all the other bad guys out.
Because I feel like Doctor Doom deserves more than just the one movie,
Ooh,
and they should
how did I
really
forget
wait on the
him?
Galactus stuff. But
Namor.
the Aquaman,
That's Marvel Aquaman.
yeah, the Marvel Aquaman.
Oh,
What's
the
great too
Submariner,
is that
right?
him and
What?
Black
Submariner,
Panther,
right?
Who?
Never mind.
him and Black Panther in the comics are
Lovers.
no, they're
I would
enemies
watch
to some
this
extent.
movie.
That's the same thing.
they're because
that.
the Atlantis and Wakanda are enemies.
Do you think
Oh.
they could get Jason Momoa to play
And
him
so
too?
I'm if
I would love that. Yes.
if he shows up in the movies, I'm hoping that it's he's introduced in a Black Panther Part 2 and it's a War of Kings
Oh wow.
adaptation. That'd be really cool. And then we can have him in the movies.
This is
And
why we keep
fun
holding him
fact,
around.
him and Susan Storm, I believe, had a love affair in the comics for a short time.
Susan Storm.
Fantastic Four.
That's why you don't know.
Reed Richards' wife, Invisible Woman.
The lady.
Oh, it doesn't
that
matter
you
though if they
can't
come in
see.
dead. It doesn't... That's why they come in dead.
That's
Figure
okay.
it out.
Fantastic Four starts with the spaceship. They hit the cosmic rays. They burn up on re-entry, crash, die.
Literally have like A-listers, like huge names.
They tried that for the
everything,
last
like,
one.
No, but huge names.
Who
You're
the
so
fuck's
excited.
idea was it to cast Jessica Alba as Susan Storm in a
She
Fantastic Four
wasn't.
movie?
She wasn't Susan Storm. The wig was. The,
The
wig,
wig
was
was
just
Susan.
controlling
It's like what was
her.
that? What was that weird movie?
It's funny, all 3 Fantastic Four movies suffer from bad wigs.
Just do it like that. What's that? What's that weird? Is that old movie with the Martians attack? Is it just when Mars
Mars
attacks?
Attack.
And they have all these A-listers, and they all just die in the first 10 minutes. That's
See-
what they do with the Fantastic
See, and
Four.
so it's like,
No, not
but
even have a
don't
movie.
tell anyone. Just market these huge celebrities, and then it's just and
The
they're
thing that
gone.
sucks now is
think-
that if Doctor Doom comes into the MCU, they've wasted the perfect actor. Because they used... I want a Mads Mikkelsen Doctor Doom.
Yo,
The guy that played...
I'm so bad at naming guys. I'm sorry.
What's his name in
Hannibal
Doctor Strange? He's
Lecter.
the bad guy in Doctor Strange.
yeah,
yeah.
the guy with the
Alec
pretty
Cleus.
eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
See?
he's all right.
That would have been
Now-
a great Doctor Doom, but no, they've used him as
Now
a
they could
throwaway
go with
villain.
his brother. He has a brother.
Baron Mordo. Oh shit.
Baron Mordor.
Yeah,
I
he was
mean,
in Sherlock.
Yeah,
Wasn't
he was the bad guy in Sherlock. Lars Mikkelsen,
Baron.
Matt's
Oh.
brother.
Oh, he does look. He kind of look like a nerdy.
That's the
Dr.
thing
Doom
is that
guy.
people complain about Marvel villains. While they complain about the one-off Marvel villains, but ignore the fact that in each movie or in some movies they are developing another villain.
Yeah.
Which is the
Mhm.
case with Doctor Strange and complaining about this is a dumb villain.
That
And like they're building up to
hurt me.
Dormammu, who was pretty cool, and then Baron Mordo had a whole character arc throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Into becoming a
That-
bad guy.
That hurt me because I don't read the comics. I don't know these storylines. I go into the movies like
Mhm.
fresh and everything like that. And I was just like, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that happens. And I was like, let
And the
me
thing is, I'm
grieve.
very interested
like,
'cause
let me
Baron
grieve.
Mordo has a very
Oh, right.
compelling
right, I forgot.
motivation as well.
I forgot about him. I forgot about that
Mhm.
little post-credit dealy bopper thing.
Dealy
they had
bopper.
going. Dealy bopper.
Okay, let's see. What other characters are coming in?
He's like, yeah, I love that. He comes in. He's like, I have to steal your powers, and because sorcerers are bad, that's why I'm using my sorcerer powers to steal other sorcerer powers.
it's more so he.
And can sorcerers just always do that? How can How can he possibly be the first bad guy to think, hey, man, I can have more power if I steal other people's power?
Well, it's not so much power. It's that there's a code that they will have to follow. And the codes are being broken. And it's pissing Mordo off because he's a traditional sorcerer. So he has to go and correct all of these things. While at the same time gaining power. A sorcerer cannot grant sorcery magic to another. I don't know. I have to rewatch the fucking movie again. But I know that's the reason he leaves, because there's a big deal about Doctor Strange breaking tradition.
I wonder if he'll really be the bad guy, or if he'll
he's the elderly white man of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're not following the tradition.
You're breaking the rules,
You're breaking the rules.
Do you think he'll be the actual bad guy, or if he'll be like the segue into the actual bad guy?
I feel like he'll be the actual bad guy.
Because
I like the idea of the Doctor Strange trilogy having that one villain in the same way that Captain America kind of just has Hydra. To some extent. Each villain is tied to Hydra.
I still want Red Skull to come back and be like, I was working for Thanos. Sorry.
That'd be cool if he did.
Brainwashed, guy.
It wouldn't even have to be the same actor. He'd be alright. I don't think he'd want to do it again.
He said he didn't want to.
I don't blame him.
I would
That's
accept
a lot of
Christoph Waltz as Red Skull if Red Skull were to come back.
Speaking of makeup, recently...
That's the guy that plays Lando.
Oh, I could 100%
Bastards.
see him doing it. Yes. But speaking of makeup, Christopher Eccleston recently did an interview where he was really pissed about Dark World because of how long it took to get him in his makeup. Like, legit, like, he was just super mad about how long it took for him to get into makeup.
Who?
Malkiv. The guy, Christopher Eccleston in Thor 2.
Oh, Christopher Eccleston?
In Thor 2, he played the Dark Elf, the Ninth Doctor.
I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah, he played the
I
Dark
saw
Elf.
Thor 2 once and went, that scene with Kat Dennings was funny.
Oh, I miss Kat Dennings.
And that was it.
So
That's all I remember of that movie.
But
so.
yeah. Well,
Wow. I kind of forgot that Thor 2 was the thing. I thought they just went from Thor 1 to Thor 3. I thought it was a creative choice. I didn't think it was,
who needs twos? That's like two eyes together, and there's no two eyes in Team, and there's no two eyes in Thor anymore, and so... But, see, that's why Thor 2 is not real.
That's why... Okay. I have no response to that.
Good. But yeah, apparently it's like because he was like, I was not told that my makeup would like take this long and stuff, and he was like,
the upside, if we have Fantastic Four,
happy.
that'll be one more woman superhero to add to the list of.
This is
now
true.
that she's dead, I really don't like the Fantastic
What if they
Four.
all die except her?
I really don't.
So
like
that
the
she can
Fantastic
join
Four.
our woman's team of women heroes.
I really don't like the Fantastic Four.
But what if it's just Fantastic one woman?
I say that, but it's totally possible they could make a movie that'll be like, okay, I'll watch this.
Okay, we have.
I really don't want them to waste
female Marvel superheroes. Clinton Barton.
I blame the Hawkeye Initiative for that.
See,
He's
they've
like
used a
going through
majority
list,
of them.
and
The
all of a
only
sudden
other
there's
ones
just
they
a
haven't used are
Hawkeye.
the X-Men characters.
Oh yeah, well X-Men's dead.
Ooh, what if they do an Alpha Flight movie?
Oh what?
That's the Canadian X-Men.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'd be okay with that. I read a little bit of that actually.
Alpha Flight.
So unrelated, what is new Wolverine gonna be played by? Who do we think we're gonna?
I physically
I haven't had time
cannot
to think
see
about it.
anyone but Hugh Jackman play Wolverine. Like
Someone suggested Tom Hardy, but I don't know. Tom Hardy kind of, I don't think really.
Let's just really mix it up. We should do
Jessica Alba.
Wow, that is really mixing it up.
That's
Dang. No.
Give her a redeeming hero character.
Why must I be so bad at names?
Just throw us a show or anything.
Filmography.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
No.
William's like a walking IMDb. You're like
I will look it up.
IMDb.
See, someone suggested Tom Hardy. I don't know if I agree with that.
Man,
I have a face of a different person, but I have no idea who he is or what he's in. I was just like, yeah, he'd do it good, but that's not who I'm thinking of.
See, if John Barenthal wasn't Frank Castle, I think he would have made a good Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Long, quiet moment. We're all on our phones.
Rough-looking male actors.
I'm trying.
William Smith. Oh yeah, Danny Trejo. That's the perfect Wolverine.
Actually, you know what? I was gonna say Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's who I was trying to say.
What?
No, you know who he should do though? He should be like
Hugh Jackman.
when Tony Stark dies, he should be like Tony Stark's cousin or someone, and he'd be the new Iron Man. I really think that he's got that look of just look at me, I'm a rich white dude, but I also have a heart of gold or iron, as the case may be.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt would be a good namer, I think.
Oh yeah, we'll go with that.
Or even
I was just saying him as a joke, but then I couldn't remember his name. I couldn't remember his name.
Actually,
so
I was thinking the other day of who I would want to play the Fantastic Four in the MCU. I think the guy that plays
I think Mark Ruffalo should do the motion capture for the thing.
The guy that plays the Red Ranger in the new Power Rangers movie, I think would make a good Johnny Storm.
Oh, he is in... Isn't he in some movie?
He's in Stranger Things.
But the question is...
That's it. I knew he was in something.
Do you think they will bring back the X-Men if Marvel gets Fox stuff?
Because I feel like since they'll have them,
I feel like I've been told like
course.
even in the comics, most of the X-Men are just dead, anyways. Like I think they're just trying to kill off the whole X-Men was ever a thing.
Didn't that have a lot to do with
very probably? But
Fox owning
the issue is, and I really do think this will be an issue when you have like all the X-Men characters. They're gonna be so many of them. They're gonna muddle up the universe so fast that all the weird stuff X-Men will do will mess up the other movies, and I truly believe that.
That's the thing. I don't think.
Oh, you know what? But you know what they should do? They should do what X-Men always does. All right, we're gonna reboot the X-Men. What's gonna happen? Oh, X-Men's a thing. Oh man, Jean killed Cyclops.
I know.
The Phoenix. Oh, it's over. Let's reboot.
I was about to say, doesn't like Phoenix kill
Here's the
everybody
thing. If
and
they
then
bring
it just
X-Men
starts
into
over?
the MCU, I'm sure they would nerf it down a bit to where they don't have to do time fuckery shit like that.
But that's what the X-Men do. That's the thing. That's what they do.
Not really. Depending
like,
on
hey,
who has
man,
the power set and what they do with the power set.
But I mean, so Scarlet Witch just isn't going to be a X-Men.
They've already nerfed Scarlet Witch in this universe anyway.
She's new. She just started. I mean, look what happened between Wonder Woman in that movie and Wonder Woman now. She became a deity. Scarlet Witch can do whatever. Was it Scarlet Witch that did the weird thing where she made all mutants not a thing?
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
I think that's House of M.
House of M, yeah.
Yeah.
See, X-Men always mess stuff up.
You don't have to adapt that into movies, though.
I'm just saying, it's what they do. Like, I was complaining about them messing up every other universe. There's an entire story arc where she messes up every other comic that Marvel is printing at the same time.
Hi, that's 100% like me as a character in anything.
It's actually really
if they get X-Men back,
actually.
I'm sure they'll add it into the universe.
I would actually think that'd be really cool, though. They couldn't really do it in
and I think they do it in a way. The thing is, people will be like, "Oh, how do you explain all this stuff?"
I would love to see that in a TV show. Where they have the multiple TV shows in their own universe, and like someone does something that just messes up everything simultaneously.
But like nothing's mentioned about it. You just notice the change.
Kind of like Defenders, except not bad.
Oh.
But I know it'd be easier I think it'd be very easy for them to introduce X-Men and be like, oh, they've been here the whole time. And the same thing with Fantastic Four, introduce Fantastic Four and be like, oh, they've been here the whole time.
Well, it could also be a result of something weird happening because of the stuff that's about to happen now.
That's a good point, too.
Like, it could be some
Infinity Stone shit.
Like, it's corrupted someone.
Mutant.
Yeah.
Genes.
I mean, that's all the Inhumans were, except done poorly. I don't know. It started off so good in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then it just, like, forgot about what S.H.I.E.L.D. was. I mean, to be fair, S.H.I.E.L.D. did get blowed up at the time.
Yeah. But anyways.
To quote the great Anthony Hopkins,
yeah, I mean, if
S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't a place, it's the people.
I mean, especially if they decide to bring X-Men into the MCU, then there's fucking many different films.
I really think they should mix it up and use lesser-known characters, because we've seen these same characters over and over again.
Oh, obviously. I think they should keep the core X-Men.
There is no version of Cyclops that has ever not gotten on my nerves. I'm always on Phoenix's side when she kills Cyclops. I'm always happy because he just gets on my nerves.
I thought he was alright.
James Marsters as
I never saw Apocalypse.
I haven't seen Apocalypse.
See, does that add up right? Like, the ages people are in Apocalypse to when they're supposed... Like, I feel like some of those are really far off, and like...
It's like, I watched Days of Future Past, and then
think
I
they're,
eventually watched First Class, and
I
don't.
loved First Class.
Oh, I did too. Well, see, I went and saw Days of Future Past because I loved when I was
did.
younger and the old X-Men movies
That's
come
the
out. I
80s.
loved it. Then, I went with a few friends to see Days of Future Past, and I was like, well, if I don't like it, at least I get to stare at Fassbender a little bit. So, it's a little win-win. And I mean, I enjoyed it. And so I went back and I watched First Class, and I was like,
I think
nice.
that adds up, especially since they're around 18, 19, and Apocalypse, which takes place in the 80s. Then by 2000,
Everything's happened in the
they'd be
80s
in their like
recently.
30s.
Oh, so hey, if they do have the X-Men where they're just now becoming a thing, that would mean that Wolverine hasn't been around for every single war that we've already covered in the established MCU.
Maybe.
Because I saw that in the how it should have ended for Wonder Woman. She's running across the field, and Wolverine comes out and goes, "I'm in this war too!" and starts killing everyone.
Oh my god.
It was pretty good. We should watch that when we're done
That's how
recording this.
the
I'm
Origins
so
movie
down for
started,
that.
was showing Wolverine going through all the wars.
Because the cartoons I watched way back when I was little.
And it would be just as
Um,
easy, even if you wanted to say that the X-Men have been here since the beginning, it would be just as easy to go
We've
back
been
and
in
show a
hiding.
scene of a young Wolverine watching Captain America do something in World War II.
Yeah, cool. Well, yeah. I was gonna say in the cartoons I watched, there was a scene where Captain America and Wolverine
And
first
that's
jumped out of a
that's
plane
one
together.
thing too, is that people are complaining like, "Oh, the X-Men been here the whole time. Why haven't they really done anything? You think they'd be on someone's radar?" I mean, necessarily don't have to be.
I don't know. They had
Since
they had Doctor Strange on their radar way before Doctor Strange should have ever been on their radar.
well, that was a because that whole system targeted things that are threats and things that would become threats as well.
How would they know?
It's the algorithm.
At
they
the time of that
developed.
movie, he's like, I can't move my hands. That's the. Although we don't actually know when it took place. It could have taken place
I
like.
think it takes place within
That
year.
scene in Doctor Strange gives me the biggest anxiety when he's just like going like 200 miles an hour down a rainy road with a curve, and
I love in that scene. It did not occur to me. Oh yeah, that's.
it just, oh my god, it makes me panic.
Alicia picked it up that the person he turns down is War Machine in that scene.
No, they've said it's not
There's no way.
because Doctor Strange takes place before Civil War.
I don't care. It's probably a reference, and they realized it was at a time and went, "Oh wait, no, never mind. No, it's not." I bet you anything that it was.
I don't think
And
so.
I
I think
bet
they've denied it.
Yeah, no, I bet they have. I bet it was, and they realized that it didn't fit, and so now it's not.
Just in the same way
I
that
promise
Guardians
you.
of the Galaxy 2 takes place in 2014, but Stan Lee says that he was the UPS guy that one time, which happened in Civil War, which was 2 years later.
Don't need continuity when you're in space.
Which
Space time.
So
But so basically,
Spaceman.
what? Team Captain America is only going to be the people left alive. Everyone else is
yeah,
dead.
I'm pretty sure.
That was a very long way of getting
Tony
to
Team
screwed
Cap will stay
everybody.
alive. All the new heroes that were introduced in this previous phase are going to the next phase will stay alive. Majority of Phase 1 and 2 heroes will be dead. Thor, I don't know. I feel like Thor's kind of someone that might stick around because they might do another Thor
Yeah,
movie due
because
to
how
how
good-
popular
yeah.
Ragnarok was.
Oh, and Marvel's getting Fox, so we'll get Peter Evans Quicksilver.
Evan Peter.
I
I
said
don't
that.
think they're going to bring
That's what I
any
said.
of this established. I think
said
they're
that.
going to start fresh.
I would give
I know, but
anything for them to just
he was
be
a
like, hey.
I don't want to say he was
Oh
a
my
better
God.
Quicksilver. He was a better written Quicksilver.
I love the fact that they were both in Kick-Ass together, though.
That was a terrible movie.
Oh my god, why
You
you
didn't
gotta
like
do that to
Kick-Ass?
me?
That was very long.
I liked Kick-Ass.
Very
I
drawn
loved
out.
The
it.
second one was bad.
Yeah, the second one wasn't
I
the
remain
greatest.
unimpressed for the entire movie.
I
funny
left
to
that
me-
wanting to punch something because Hit Girl had me so hyped. I was like,
Look,
I want to hit
Here's the
something
funny thing
right
about
now.
Quick Kick-Ass that I wish that happened. So, okay, Evan Peters and
You mean Peter
Aaron
Evans?
Taylor. Evan Peters.
Peter Evans.
Now I've got you confused too. Yes.
His name's Evan Peters. And, Aaron Taylor Johnson were both in Kick-Ass. The
Mhm.
character that Evan Peters plays in Kick-Ass, I keep saying, trying to say Quick-Ass.
That is
And-
what Quicksilver is.
In Kick-Ass 2, the character Evan Peters plays is played by another actor.
Mm-hmm.
And he becomes a villain. He wears a suit
Oh
that's
my
like
God, I love
Kick-Ass's,
that
but it's
scene.
yellow, and he calls himself Ass Kick.
That is the best part of
And
that
I thought,
movie.
and it occurred to me, if Evan Peters would have stayed and done the sequel, it would have been even funnier that Evan Peters is playing a discount Kick-Ass to Aaron Taylor Johnson's Kick-Ass. And in this other universe, they're both playing Quicksilver as well. And at the time, Evan Peters' character was the discount Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Because everyone said he looked like a Burger King Kids Club character. And rude. But then he turned out to be pretty fairly charming, and he's been the only cosplay I've ever done.
Oh my! And it was good too.
It was good.
Do you think any of the Guardians of the Galaxy are gonna die?
Nebula.
Oh, let's talk about that.
I feel like Drax will probably die.
We will know if Karen Gillan shaves her head again.
She didn't shave her head for the
Shut up, William. That joke doesn't work if you say that.
Let's end the again rereading the
of course.
comics.
I keep killing your jokes with facts.
Fake news.
I'm such a buzzkill.
Like, why are you gonna do this?
But in the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity whatever it's called, comics, this is how Thanos dies, right? Okay, so he gets the thing.
You shouldn't be allowed around a mic ever.
He's in love with death, so he decides.
I don't even know anyone named Mike.
God dang it! I hate you so much right now. I wish you had your own mic so I can mute you.
I actually have an uncle named Mike.
Anyways,
I'm just gonna read my paper.
You do that. You do that. Thanos is in love with death. Shut up. Thanos is in love with death, so he gets the gauntlet so he can be all powerful, so he can impress death. And he just kills off 1/3 of the universe for no reason other than to impress death. And then his second in command, I'm taking a lot of it. The second in command is like who realizes that Thanos is messed up. It's like if you have an absolute 100% chance of winning, that won't impress anyone. It's like, you're right. Maybe I should like stop seeing the future or something. Now I have a 0.0001% chance of failure. And everyone attacks, nearly everyone dies. They try to get the elder gods involved or whatever they're called, and elders of the universe. Yeah, most of them don't get involved. Galactus wasn't gonna. Well, he gets involved because Thanos for no reason blows up a planet, and Galactus was about to eat it. And he's like, no one messes with my food, and so he starts attacking Thanos. And so all of these gods go to attack Thanos, and it's really close battle, and he ends up winning and destroying like 1/3 of the actual universe in the process. He's just like blown up from the blast. And then stuff happens. Adam Warlock comes in, psychs him out, makes the glove fall off of him. And Nebula, who's been being tortured this entire time because Thanos hates his family, she's being tortured. She grabs the glove and puts it on. I'm like, you will worship me, and I'm the supreme, blah 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 blah. And she gets all high on power, and she's like, but I am a good god. Anyone that's died, I will bring back to life. Anyone that died in the conflict will bring back to life. But she's not as used to the powers as Thanos is, and so people that died in the battle that she brought back to life included the elder gods, and they her up.
Jesus.
And Adam Warlock gets the gauntlet and goes, well, I have all power now. I'm a god now. See you guys later. And he disappears. And Thanos goes to an unnamed planet and lives as a farmer.
Oh my god!
I'm not even joking. That's how it ends. He has a scarecrow made of his armor. And
oh my god! I gotta look up a picture of this.
Oh, I can bring it up on my computer right now.
I'm so excited.
I feel like Drax will die, but he will be brought back to life.
I feel like if Drax did die, he would be happy with it as long as...
The only reason why I think he'll be brought back to life is because I believe James Gunn's already said that Guardians 3 will be the last film that features the
that's right.
Guardians.
That's right.
So, if any of them die, they're going to come back. So thanks, James Gunn, for spoiling that for us. Unless you're just doing a bamboozle.
Oh, James, don't bamboozle us.
Marvel's already been bamboozling us.
Oh my god, this is the greatest picture I've ever seen in my life.
The scarecrow he made on his farm.
Oh my god, we're gonna post that to our Facebook page.
Farmer
just
Thanos.
In case anyone listening to this has not seen this picture. It's
that's it. That's the last panel of the whole thing. Just Farmer Thanos. Because apparently he loses because he has an inferiority complex, and so he thinks he's going to fail. And so he thinks he's going to fail. He is, and Adam Warlock knows that because he's been living inside of the Soul Stone that Thanos has been holding. And so Adam Warlock's like, "You're gonna fail," and he goes, "No, I'm not." And he fails.
Oh my god, is Thanos me?
Huh? It's weird. It's very odd. And again, it's been a while since I've read this. Before we started recording, I just looked at the pictures and tried to remember because I was like, I'm not reading this.
Oh my god, I'm saving that.
6 comics. That's way too many, man. Instead, we watched Markiplier laughing videos.
Oh my god.
But okay, I think that's everything.
I feel that's a time well
I've
spent,
shared
though.
my who I think's gonna die list.
Out of everything, you didn't show me that picture of
I
him
don't recognize
sweating in
that.
his farm.
That must be
Daddy
after. I don't
thing.
recognize that. That wasn't in
Purple
here.
Daddy.
Chuck.
That's drawn way too good to be in the comic that I've got.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's another.
But let's see. Let me go through this list. And people that are going to die. What do you think Doctor Strange is going to do? You think he's going to have his own little confined little
He's
universe
gonna
in the magical
start
world?
taking in clients
bring
and
back-
solving mysteries with Shield agent Martin Freeman,
I still think Martin Freeman should have been like
bad guy.
No, it should have been Wong.
All I know is okay, and I have
Not
to bring
really.
this up just really
That would've
quickly,
been funny.
just to bring this up.
Yeah.
We now have Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
We also now have Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law in the Marvel Universe. We have 2 Sherlocks and 2 Watsons, which is the one thing that I have wanted
Now
for
we just need
about
They're
Johnny.
both
4
in the
years.
Hobbit too.
Now we just need Johnny
Yeah,
Lee
that's
Miller
fine.
and Lucy Liu.
Oh my god, I'd be so down for that.
No.
And then I need all of them in
no,
one
we don't talk
movie.
about that.
Okay, Johnny
I'd
Lee
just
Miller.
like to have Johnny Lee Miller in there.
No,
In general.
I have
love
nothing
Johnny
against.
Lee
I've
Miller.
got nothing
Can
against
Lucy
the
Liu
actors.
be a Shield agent? Because I'd be okay with Lucy Liu.
Mulan is already kicking butt, so it's fine.
Hey, let's talk about. Okay, I gotta
Mulan.
go through Irish
Is
actors.
she really the one playing Mulan?
Yeah, no,
Lucy
she is.
Liu?
Yeah, no, not
Oh.
Lucy Liu.
Oh my
I was
god.
like, you're wrong.
This
No,
is,
the
this is
Asian.
painful.
It's like
Does she-
Minong.
I don't know.
Is she the voice of Mulan
Yeah.
in?
In all the Mulans, she's the original
Oh,
Mulan.
I know. Yeah, Melinda May.
Yeah,
That woman.
it's like Moningway or something.
They announced a live action
Min-Na
Mulan
Wen.
today.
Oh, so
Guys,
close.
her name is-
Min-Na Wen. She is so good at playing that character.
Oh my god, that's her.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a really slow
Okay, like Agents
to-
of Shield is worth watching just for her. She's a great actress. She is really good at the fight scenes. It's amazing.
She's awesome.
Okay, I'm just gonna complain for a moment.
I was about to
I've been waiting
I'm
for-
like, okay.
Okay, so Guy Ritchie. I've been waiting. If you're listening to our podcast, Guy Ritchie, I've been waiting for Sherlock
yeah.
Holmes
Yeah,
3
he's probably like,
and
oh,
the
look.
Rock and Rolla sequel. Instead, you've been making King Arthur movies and Aladdin for some reason.
We're gonna talk about that here soon.
Aladdin starring
No. You
Will
save it.
Smith.
Save it. We're gonna talk about it. It's on my list.
Hey, they have a full cast out. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna talk about it here in a minute. Not now, but
What the
soon.
heck are these people?
But I think
I was
that's
about
it.
to say
Anyone
we
got
should
anything
probably
else?
do a very Disney podcast.
Do we have
Guy
very
Ritchie?
soon?
Oh, he's
I
still-
want these
Here
movies.
he goes.
I don't want your King Arthur. I don't want your Man from U.N.C.L.E., which I haven't actually seen yet.
Dude!
but
Oh my
Brad says it's
god!
really good.
I have not
Uncle.
finished it.
I
but
don't
the
want your
beginning was
Aladdin.
golden.
I want Sherlock Holmes 3, and I want the real Rock and Rolla.
Please
For
don't.
every hour I don't have these movies,
He's
a
gonna
hostage
complain
will
to
die.
us.
Oh my god.
I've moved into just movie territory.
And Liam
For everyone
Neeson,
listening,
if
I
you're
watched John
listening
Wick
to
last
this
night, and it
podcast,
was very great.
Hold on.
Arrival was very good as well.
I have that half-formed thought in my head. Let me get it out.
I bought some
Speaking
movies
of
today.
Man from U.N.C.L.E., that's Superman in that, but that's not why.
I was gonna say it is
Alicia.
Henry.
Alicia Vikander?
Tomb Raider. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
She's
her.
gonna be in Tomb Raider.
Oh, is she the
Also-
Tomb Raider? Is she playing the main person?
yeah,
Is that her?
Lara
she
Croft.
is playing the Tomb Raider.
It is I,
sorry,
the Tomb Raider.
Laura.
Although I'll be honest, I watched that trailer. I didn't see a whole lot of tombs being raided.
They're saving it for the movie.
I'll raid her tomb.
I'm extremely tired right now. Okay.
Okay.
I'm actually kind of excited for the new Tomb Raider
Yeah,
movie.
we'll
I
talk-
don't know,
we'll
it
talk
looks
about-
fun.
we'll
It
talk
does
about it
look
later.
really good.
We'll get into that a little bit later. If that's all
Peter
we're ta-
Dinklage is in Infinity War. I don't know who he's playing
Oh,
yet.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, remember that little dwarf dude I showed you in the comic? Maybe he's playing him. I don't know.
Who?
He was like some guy with Adam Warlock.
Is that the Watcher guy?
No, I know who the Watcher guy
You
is.
was how? The Watcher?
No, that's Stan
Who's
Lee.
the He's
I'm
not
just
the
gonna go
Watcher,
back
he's
to
a-
this.
Watcher informant. You're wrong, Brad. Get your facts together. Fake news. Okay, anyways.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it. We got nothing else to add other than you complaining more.
I can complain.
I know usually it's me, but when we get into movies, it's all him. It's quite refreshing hearing someone else complain about things.
We get into the Disney one, and I'll do some complaining.
I bought some Blu-rays today from
Like
FYE.
how Beauty and the Beast was a good movie, but let's be honest, it wasn't that good. Like it didn't.
Which
have
one,
to,
the live action or the animated one?
the live action one. Why would I be talking about the animated
I
one?
don't know. I liked them both. I really liked the live action Beauty and the
No
Beast.
one
liked the
else saw
live-action
any
Beauty and the
movie during that time period because of that same movie. No one went to see Power Rangers
I saw
because
Power
let's go
Rangers.
see Beauty and the Beast. Actually, I saw Beauty.
I
I saw
Power-
both.
Power
I
Rangers
didn't
came
watch
out
Power
long
Rangers because
before
I was
Beauty and the
super
Beast
iffy
did.
on if I would like it.
Yeah, and
'cause
Beauty
I
and the
love
Beast was still
original.
showing. I had friends at work that went to see Beauty and the Beast instead of Power Rangers because it was still showing.
Because that's just Disney. Their movies stay in theaters for years.
Yeah. Well,
It
Frozen's
was in
still
theaters
being
for a
played
very
I
long
know,
time.
right?
now.
Well,
all you
Go
gotta do is
see
go see
Coco.
Coco and you
yeah,
get
that's what
Frozen again.
I'm not worried about missing Coco because I'm already telling myself I'm like, this movie's gonna be in theaters till after New Year's at
So you
least.
still-
You
seen Coco?
still need to go see it. Oh
I
my
haven't seen it
God.
either. So we
I'm
can't.
trying
Y'all
to.
are both
I've
killing me.
for the next every day for the next couple of days I've got to go to the theater.
Every
and see
day
the
that
movie.
you
Hold
don't
on.
see Coco, I'm gonna cry.
Well, we can talk
I've
about.
got to go see Murder on
but
the Orient
once again,
Express,
we'll do a Disney
Lady Bird,
based
Loving
podcast.
Vincent, 3 billboards outside Ebbing,
He's just
Missouri.
naming random things. What are we talking about?
It's
These are the
like
movies
we're
I've gotta watch
driving
in the
down
next
the
couple of
road and
nights.
he's just naming random things he sees.
I bought some movies today from FYE, and the stickers were
my
under
God.
the packaging on the cases. Luckily, I bought from Amazon a big box of Blu-ray cases, so I could interchange the cases if they broke. Luckily, I had some, so I could switch the cases out. Who the fuck puts a sticker on the case instead of the outside packaging?
It's so funny
Idiot.
that it's so weird for there
Old
to
man yells at cloud.
Be, it's so weird for there to be a group of us and me not be the angry one. Like this is so new
William
to me.
has a
I
lot of
get angry
pent-up
over
rage.
such trivial things.
But we gotta stop. Like
Right.
I think we went over everything Marvel that we can.
Yeah.
I probably forgot something. We ranted way more than we were supposed
It's getting
to.
really hot in this room.
So
It
we're
is,
gonna-
it is very hot in this
It's very-
room. You should
It's
be
very
here.
warm and
You should be
moist.
here. You should be here in the mornings, like where everywhere else in the house is freezing. But I've got 6 windows in this room, so it's like 100 degrees and the heat's on. It's awful. It's either way too hot or way too cold in this room.
My room's really hot during the day, then at night and in the morning time it's very cold.
We're ranting again. I'm just gonna stop right now. Lori, do the stuff.
All right,
Dude,
so
stuff.
if you liked what you heard and want to tell us, or if you didn't like what you heard and you want to tell
I was about to
us,
say if you like
or
it, why?
if you
We
or
got
if
broken
you have
plate
any
over here.
suggestions on what you want to hear next time, you can email us at nerdlykingdom@gmail.com or tweet us on Twitter at @the_nerdum, or check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/thenerdlykingdom.
I should probably put all those in the descriptions of the stuff.
We
Signing
will.
out.
We'll definitely. We have links for on.
Now that I get how all that
our
works, yeah.
Squarespace, which is the one thing that I didn't even mention on here.
Well, it's because
but
it's like half built. Don't mention that. They don't even
Yes.
know that. Don't look for it.
what is that?
It's awful.
Totally. There'll be a link to it on our Facebook.
It's still got the
so you're
prototype
good.
pages up there with like people's CD cases and stuff. It's not. No,
Ironic.
I'm
Nerdly
William
Kingdom
Bell,
and Weaver
AKA
and stuff.
William.
Oh yeah. We didn't sign off at all.
Well, if
but
you didn't
they
hear
got
the-
our names at the beginning.
Well, yeah.
We're
If you
all
didn't
good.
hear the beginning, rewind. It'll be fine.
Signing off. Goodbye.
Bye.
I've got to pee.
Give
Before it came out.
us an advance screening to Infinity War and
Starting-
Black Panther.
Give us an
Okay,
advanced
thanks.
screening for.
Bye. Brad, if you don't put back on your glasses, you can't see how much you hate us.
That was a good joke.
Hi, my name's Marilyn Manson. Welcome to my Maryland Mansion.
Try not to bump the table.
You should have saw that coming.
I'm about to bump uglies with this table.
That's the intro.
Oh no.